As we all know, there's an ongoing battle in America about who should decide on abortion. Should it be women? Should it be Congress? Well, today, Arizona is saying, how about men from the Civil War era?
Arizona going back to the Civil War era for their abortion laws. The Arizona Supreme Court ruling the state must comply with a 160-year-old law barring all abortions, the only exception to save a pregnant woman's life.
This is crazy. Boo. Boo. This is crazy. Is Arizona really using an abortion law from the 1860s? Back then, there wasn't even a test to become a doctor. It was just a gross guy saying, I love looking at scabs. I want to be a doctor. It's like, and it's not just abortion. We shouldn't be using any Civil War law. At least every 100 years, we should just do a review of all the laws, you know? Guys, we still against murder? All right, great. Moving on. All post offices have mandatory horse ties? No? Scrap that one. Okay. But this is the kind of thing women have been facing ever since Roe v. Wade was killed by the Supreme Court. And while many Republicans would like the whole country to look like Arizona, Donald Trump, the guy who appointed those Supreme Court justices, is now trying to position himself as a moderate on abortion.
Former President Donald Trump today revealing his position on abortion, declining to call for a national ban, saying he would leave it up to the states.
The states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law of the land. In this case, the law of the state.
Elsewhere in the video, Trump expressed support for IVF and abortion exceptions for rape, incest, and when the life of the mother is at risk.
I strongly support the availability of IVF for couples who are trying to have a precious baby.
Did he just say precious baby sarcastically? Congrats on your bundle of joy. Also, not the main point here, but that's more spray tan than usual, right? Your first thought when you see someone's face should never be, is it cake? But more importantly, yes, Donald Trump now says that states should choose their own abortion laws. Although I don't know why that's considered a moderate position. As a reasonable man, I think only some women should be forced to give birth against their will, depending on which state they live in. It's called common sense. Honestly, I'm just shocked Trump came out in support of IVF. I expected him to be like, if your loser husband can't get it done, give me a call. I'll be in and out 2 minutes. And by the way, Trump isn't just trying to position himself as a moderate on abortion. He also wants to portray the Democrats as the real extremists.
It must be remembered that the Democrats are the radical ones on this position because they support abortion up to and even beyond the 9th month, and even execution after birth, and that's exactly what it is. The baby is born, the baby is executed after birth is unacceptable, and almost everyone agrees with that.
Come on, dude. Democrats don't execute babies after birth. They send them to Hillary so she can harvest their organs. Seriously, that's such an obvious lie. Nobody wants to execute babies. Now, when they're 3 or 4 and they're talking all day in a goddamn Peppa Pig accent, well, then you might find some execution support. But, of course, you might be wondering, has this always been Donald Trump's position on abortion? Well, in a way it has, in that Donald Trump has had every position on abortion.
I'm very pro-choice. I am pro-choice in every respect.
Trump says he has since changed his thinking and is now, quote, 100% pro-life.
I am pro-life.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Within 3 hours, Trump did a 180. If abortion were illegal, his campaign wrote, the doctor or any other person performing this illegal act upon a woman would be held legally responsible, not the woman.
It will go back to the states, and the states will then make a determination.
It could be state or it could be federal. I don't frankly care.
We're also seeking passage of the 20-week abortion bill.
The number of weeks now, people are agreeing on 15. And I'm thinking in terms of that.
I know you're opposed to abortion.
Right. I'm pro-choice.
You're pro-choice or pro-life?
I'm pro-life. I'm sorry.
Pro-life.
I mean, and people claim Biden has memory issues?